Now, RCN News in English on TV Colombia.
You are looking at the Templo Histórico del Villa Rosario here in the Department of Norte de Santander. Hi everybody, I'm Brian Andrews and welcome to the RCN News in English. As Colombia celebrates 200 years or our bicentennial in July, the Department of Norte de Santander celebrates its centennial or 100 years. We'll have more from Cúcuta coming up in a moment, but first, back to Bogota for an update on Colombia's top stories.
Thanks, Brian. Hello and welcome to your Tuesday update. And let's begin with the arrival of the U.S. Secretary of State, Hillary Clinton, to Colombia. Clinton is expected to get tonight at Catam's airport, which is Bogota's military terminal, where she will be received by Colombia's Chancellor Jaime Bermúdez. Meetings with President Uribe and both presidential candidates Juan Manuel Santos and Antanas Mockus are scheduled for Wednesday.
I believe that the Chinese understand the serious.
And two people were injured in Barranquilla when an electric transformer exploded while they were walking on the streets. The hot oil of the device spilled and burned them in different parts of their body. They were taken to local hospitals where they are currently recovering from the injuries. And also in Barranquilla, the construction of two wastewater treatment plants has begun in El Pueblo and the Rebolo neighborhoods. According to the authorities, this new project will be vital to preserve several fish species and aims to increase the raising of freshwater fish in the city. The total investment was 320,000 million pesos, and the idea is to help those farmers who are willing to start new fish farmings in pools that will be treated in order to remove any infection or bacteria in the water. And the residents of Ponedera, along with two municipalities of Atlántico, won't have to walk for long hours to get some water as they used to. The aqueduct has arrived to those areas in order to deliver clean water to these people who are happier than ever with this big news. More than 13,000 residents will have enough water in their homes for the next years. The investment was around 23,000 million pesos. And that wraps up our update. Don't forget to follow RCN News in English on Twitter at Colombia News. Now let's send it back to Brian Andrews. Brian?
Thanks for that news update. Welcome back. We're going to start off now with a little bit of a history lesson. This is called the Grand Temple, and it's on the road that leads to the Venezuelan border. It was built back in 1799. In fact, these are some of the pillars from the Grand Temple. Back in 1821, this was the site of where the Grand Constitutional Convention was held when they united what was the Grand Colombia. Colombia, Venezuela, Panama, and Ecuador. Simón Bolívar was president, and General Santander was vice president. Then this area had a huge earthquake in 1875, and well, you can see the temple didn't fare too well. Nonetheless, there's your history lesson. We're not too far from Cúcuta, a fabulous town on the border with Venezuela. Come on, let's go check it out. Stunning views of Cúcuta from the Cristo Rey statue. You can't miss it on the side of the mountain, offering sweeping vistas of the city and the mountains of neighboring Venezuela. At the bottom of the statue, a memorial to the earthquake of 1875 that leveled the town, including the main church. What was left of the altar of that church is part of the monument now at Cristo Rey. Take a drive about 45 minutes south of Cúcuta to Los Patios. You can see women working with clay in the Agua Linda neighborhood. It's part of a project to empower the female population. They're making ceramics and clay clocks for the local Cúcuta football team. And speaking of football, Agua Linda has its own women's football team. The people of the neighborhood pooled their funds to buy uniforms and equipment. And now they're out there on the field every week, taking on women's teams from other nearby veredas. Back up in Cúcuta, if you love to shop, then you'll see the city is on sale. Because of the drop in the value of the Bolivar, there is a drop in the number of Venezuelans coming over to buy things. Retailers are having a fire sale, slashing prices up to 70% in some cases. And what should you buy when you come to Cúcuta? Well, the hot items are shoes, underwear, and leather. So that's a quick look around Cúcuta. You can find more about the area in our links section at colombianews.tv and more about Colombia with our partners at Colombia is Passion, because coming to Colombia, the only risk is wanting to stay. I'm Brian Andrews with the RCN News in English. We leave you with another look at Cucutan, North de Santander. RCN News in English, bringing Colombia to the world.
Indios con la pata al sur.